Okay guys, JH and Mr. X, welcome back. Okay, now what I said to Mr. X, just show me a wedge there. What I said to Mr. X when he showed me this process of just club down under the ball and hitting at the ball as an intention, I immediately thought that's what I used to do when I used to play my wedge shots. I was very, very emphatic in that I always used to just hit at the ball with the wedge. But of course that was with a conventional golf swing, and the ball was always up here. Now there was always a chance if you're going to hit it at the ball that you could hit at it and roll it. But the good thing about having the ball back, as we do with channel lock, if we're here and we're just going to hit at it, like that, it's always going to be into out, every time. It's going to be there and you can hit as hard as you like, at the ball there, and you'll get that nice contact that you want and the type of commitment that you want with a wedge shot. We don't want any, that wind is so strong now. It's cold too, isn't it? We don't want handy-pandy stuff, guys, with a wedge. With a wedge, we don't want the old D-cell or, the uppity. We just want to be really committed to the shot, turn the belly button and hammer it. Just like that. Just give it.
And what it also does, if you're hitting at the ball, you're not going to get the hands pulling past the ball. You're going to get a release at the ball.
Yeah.
The release is going to be at the ball rather than pulling through.
Well, and again, I see that as being one of the big problems with the club player. The club player thinks for some reason or other the wedges are hit like that. Well, guys, there's no release on that, and most of the time you're presenting the hosel to the ball. With this shot here, it's still club out and handle in. You don't want handle out. You never want handle out on a shot like that. You want club head out. See how the handle comes back? The club head's always got to be out and the handle comes back. You never want to go like that, because that's handle out and that's how you hit shanks. Just hit a little. You've just been hitting these little bomb wedges, and it's made your wedge game come alive, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
I mean, that contact is just unbelievable. And see how tiny and the swing and into that wind, guys, that's gone, you're at 125 into that wind, and with that little tiny little swing. Does that feel, how's your balance feel when you're doing that?
Well, I feel really good now that everything's pulled towards me. I used to be a long way out here.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I'm very crowded. Well, not crowded, but very compact in my swing.
Yeah, well, crowded's actually not a bad terminology, and I think we really should feel a bit crowded with the wedge. The last thing you want to do is have any reaching, because if you're reaching, guys, you've got a propensity to do that, in and out.
Yeah.
Oh, just sensational, Mr. X. Guys, see how economical, that's the same. That's within a yard of the other ball. That's 125 into this really stiff wind, and he's clubs it, but because there's so much commitment to actually hitting at the ball. Not trying to sweep this wedge or be nice to it. We want to kill this ball, don't you?
Yeah. And you only have to look at the divots are still into out as per channel lock.
Yeah.
And they're not a deep divot, they're just fairly shallow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're actually a dollar bill.
Yep.
They're the Mo Norman dollar bill. See, that's how you should hit wedges, guys. You should be able to just clip it like that.
See how long the club stayed on the ground?
Oh, it was unbelievable. Yeah, I saw that.
7 inches past the
ball.
ball.
Yeah, I know, I saw that, yeah.
Because I've got that downward blow, the club is just skidding along the ground.
Now, if you're hitting a short shot, say over to that bush over there, which is only about, what, 30, 35 yards or something, it's fairly hard to have that much intent on a little shot like that. So you maintain the intent, but you just back down the length of the golf swing, but the intent is still high.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, just hit one to that little bush there. That's perfect. Now, what I liked about that was that your practice swing actually reflected what you were going to do. You were actually practicing short swing with a lot of acceleration. A lot of people get short shot like this, and they get the old club player classic wedge, which is I want to hit it just there. It's big back, decel. Big backswing, decel. Whereas you want short backswing, accel. Just give me a ball, please. Yeah, so a short backswing with an accel instead of a long swing with a decel. Here we are here. We're just going to... Ooh! Yeah, so guys, that's one of the things you really should do in your wedge play anyway. Is you should always, have a lot of acceleration on the shot, and that's how the tour players get the spin. It's hitting the ball hard and fast with a wedge that creates the spin. Yeah, if you've got a slow laconic golf swing, you'll never spin the ball. And that's why those guys do spin the ball hard, because the swing is short, but they're hitting it hard. Well, I don't know, what else can we tell them about wedge play?
It's exactly the same setup as everything to do with channel lock.
Yep.
It's all the channel lock setup, back ball position, 5 o'clock nose, sternum behind the ball as a feeling. And I just feel like I'm clamping down at the ball.
All right, well, while we're here, I'm going to do a complete opposite of that intention of hitting the ball, and I'm going to do a yogi lock full wedge swing. Oh! It's only about 10 yards behind your shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Wasn't too bad.
But that's entirely different to what we're talking about.
The spin's entirely different too.
Yeah.
When you look at it, it's a different spin to the one where I hit down on the ball.
Oh yeah, no, and it's higher, but it's dead. It goes up, runs out of spin, just falls straight out of the sky. It's just options, guys. Just options. Come on. Wow. Hey, that'll be up on yours. All right, now I've just hit those two yogis, and these are with Mr. X's clubs. His lies are different to mine. I actually like these lies. Gonna hit the...
Hit at the ball.
Yeah, hit at the ball. See how I get chopped off, guys? It's exactly the same distance there. That's right beside the other ball, isn't it?
Yep.
Same distance. But it got there entirely differently. Entirely differently. It's amazing. I hit your clubs centre to a bit toe, whereas mine I hit them a centre to a little bit heel. Okay, we'll just drive this one in here. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, so guys, I like that action with the irons. I like the Yogi with the woods, but I like that action with the irons. But still, the Yogi action with the irons is fantastic as well. Okay, just a couple of options. Anything you want to say?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
All right, we're starting to freeze here, guys. So we'll call it a day. Just a couple of things today. It's an option day, isn't it?
Yep.
You want to hit a driver? Just get your driver. Just hit a couple of drivers. Got a couple of balls here. We'll have a competition. Just give me that.
You want that driver, or you want?
Yeah, no, I'll hit your driver. That's all right. This is going to be a pure Yogi. One drive. Accuracy. Gee, that grip's tacky, isn't it? Because I don't use a glove anymore, guys, and you really feel it when the grip's tacky. Okay, this is full Yogi. Just hard power draw, wasn't it?
Come back here. See, now with the driver, I've gone to a lower tee again. I'm trying to pinch it.
Yeah, I can't believe it. And that's an 8-degree driver. I don't know how you're going to pinch an 8-degree driver off the back foot with, and I didn't realise that when I hit that shot that it was 8-degree, and that's why we hit that really hard power draw. That's in the window of the car. Gee, that's flat. But would you want to hit the ball that flat?
I actually hit that a little bit further back off my...
Gee, hit another one.
Than I normally do.
That was it was a great shot, but boy, it was flat, wasn't it? But amazing that it stayed in the air as long as it did. So I could never hit the ball off there because my brain with the driver is up. It's never down, yeah. Whereas he's not.
See, I've had to bring it forward a little bit to do this.
Okay.
Yeah, just to get that little bit more pinch.
But would you do that with a more lofted driver? Maybe not.
Maybe not. I'd have to work it out. Yeah, this is a bit further forward.
Yeah, not that much. So yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, gee, that's great flight. That's flat and hard. I mean, that's amazing.
And forward.
How far did that? I find that extraordinary that it could be that flat, but stay in the air that long. That doesn't. But that's obviously a byproduct of ball speed. I couldn't do that because I couldn't put enough ball speed on it or enough spin on it to keep it in the air. Yeah. Particularly with that driver. That was a great shot. Yeah, that's a great shot, that. That's in the door. That's in the car window. Wow. Yeah. Apparently Matt Gray went and got fitted for a new set of clubs yesterday, and he was on TrackMan.
Yep.
And Matt Gray is the one of the instructors, or the first instructor in the US from MMI Golf, and he went to get clubs fitted yesterday on a TrackMan, and the guy at the TrackMan said, "What the heck are you doing, buddy? The numbers you're getting here are crazy good." And he told him about channel lock, and he said, "I've heard about this." He said, "That's what you're doing." He said, "Your numbers are amazing." So that's good, isn't it?
We'll go this way.
Okay. Yeah, great flight. Great flight. And that's really dead into the wind there, guys.
It's hard going that way.
Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, just a little, again, few options.